looking around because I'm backing up, so don't want to hit anything, so give me a moment. But oh my gosh, I just walked out of a store and the poor girl, I thought she was going to drop through the floor. It's absolutely hysterical. So I'm at the cell phone place because one of my cell phones, I have a flip phone. And one of the little covers, I'm trying to explain it without showing it to you. One of the covers for the hinges popped up. And so it's been sticking up for months, like months. This happened maybe 2 months after I got the phone. And I just have been too lazy, too busy, it's not that big of a deal. I can deal with it. Yeah, it's right in the middle, so it's right where your thumb hits, and it's on the right side, and I don't even know how it happened. I don't drop my phones. I don't do anything like that. So however it happened, it happened. So today on the way back from work, I decided I'm going to go into the store, and I'm just going to warranty it out, or see if I can get a warranty, because this isn't damage. This is like literally something happened. And so I'm leaning over the counter because, you know, when you go to the cell phone stores, they're not quite table height, but they're not quite like tall counter height. And I'm leaning over, and my jacket, okay, it's not leather, but it looks like leather. It looks like suede. And it's short in the back and long in the front. And of course, I've got my short hairstyle. And so I'm leaning over, and apparently there's a drawer this girl needs to get into. If she's in her mid-20s, I would be absolutely amazed. And she goes, "Can I get into this drawer, please, sir?" And I move out, and it didn't even register. I didn't even notice it. But I move out of the way, I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And she looks at me and goes, I'm so sorry. And I just started laughing. I'm like, "No, it's totally okay. I know what I look like from behind. I'm leaning over. I've got a leather jacket on. I've got really short hair. Why would you think that I'm a woman? You can't see anything." And she wants to drop through the floor, and I felt so bad, and I'm like, "Look, it's okay. I know what I look like. I've got short hair. I have a barber." And one of the other customers there goes, "You look amazing." I said, "Thank you." I said, "But I know. I said, "And I'm also leaning over the counter." And I looked at her and I said, "And my boobs are on the counter, so you can't even see I have boobs." And she's still dying, and she feels so bad. And I feel bad that she feels bad. But I'm laughing because it's hysterical, because of course you would think that. I've got jeans. You only see me from the top, but I live in jeans. I live in denim. I never don't have a pair of jeans on. And I don't own a pair of slacks. No, I had to think about that. I don't own a pair of slacks. I only own denim. So it looks like I have on a leather jacket and a pair of denim jeans and really short hair. Like, this is not a ponytail. This is buzzed all the way around. And I know what it's going to look like when I'm leaning over. You can't see the front of me. I'm talking quietly to the service guy, not the other girl, so she's not even paying attention to what I sound like. If she had been listening, I don't think I sound like a man. Maybe I do. I don't think so. I don't think my voice is that deep. But she's not listening because she's taking care of another customer. And when I told her that it's okay, my boobs are on the table, you can't even see them, they just started busting up. And I'm like, you don't need to have an absolute cow or conniption fit or be offended. I wasn't offended. I know what I look like. I have short hair. My students are constantly trying to figure out whether or not I'm gay or straight. And I don't tell them because I don't care. First of all, I don't care what they think about me. Their opinion of me does not matter. My opinion of myself has nothing to do with the teenagers, because oh my gosh, if you based your entire opinion and your confidence on the opinions of teenagers, you would have a really miserable life, because their opinions change constantly. And not only that, but the minute I say something, the minute I say I'm straight, or the minute I say I'm gay, they're in my bedroom, and I have a massive problem with that. My bedroom life, my sex life, my anything life, my boyfriend or girlfriend or other has nothing to do with my students. It is none of their business. I don't want to know what theirs is because it's none of my business, and I don't want to know. So there are some students that I have talked about the fact that I have kids, and every now and then I'll talk about my ex-husband. And so they kind of figure that, they kind of figure it out. But I've had some students hear that I have kids and go, oh, are they adopted? Because clearly I'm, a lesbian who adopted my kids. I didn't actually have them. And then there's a couple of students every now and then that I'm like, I'll very, very quietly go, no, I like guys. I'm straight. I'm very straight. But I don't care what you think. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't want you in my bedroom, and so I'm just not going to say anything and just kind of leave it up. Leave it up to your imagination, but please don't imagine that. Please don't imagine. That's just so creepy. That's just so creepy and just so wrong on so many levels. And I can't even with people who talk about that with their students. And I've taught adults, and I would never talk like that even to my adult students because it's none of your business. I am your teacher. I'm not here to be your BFF. I'm here to teach you and to help you. That's a whole other ball of wax and a whole other thing. I just thought it was really hysterical because of her reaction. I think she was legitimately worried that I was going to yell or be totally mortally offended. And that kind of made me sad while I'm laughing and trying to make them, trying to make her feel better because it was an innocent mistake. She didn't mean anything by it, and I was fully aware of that. But it just made me think about what kind of world are we in when something like that makes somebody so paranoid that they just trip over themselves to apologize for something that really doesn't need more than one, oh, I'm so sorry, and that's it. And because she kept going. And, it's hysterical to think about, but at the same time, it's kind of sad that that's happened. And I wish fewer people would be offended by innocent mistakes. And I think life would be a lot better if we could just learn to laugh at things way more and just not be so offended.